Up next, we have John Mendoza.
So my name is John Mendoza, and I created an event by accident. And sometimes I think that's the best thing because you have no expectations, you know? So let's go back in time a little bit, back in 2013 when Abracadabs first started. And honestly, cannabis saved my life like a lot of other people that cannabis has affected. How that happened was in 2008, I was in a motorcycle accident. And without giving you the long spiel, I've always worked my entire life. I come from the corporate background, worked tons of jobs, worked long hours. And so when I was in my motorcycle accident, I was rehabilitating with surgeries, this, that, and the other. And so I kind of went a little crazy because I wasn't used to standing still. So there was this weird time that cannabis was now becoming legal. You can go get a medical rec, this, that, and the other. I went out and got a medical rec, went to a dispensary after I got my rec, and I couldn't believe that you could get all these strains. You could get a gram, an eighth, an ounce. This was unheard of. It was almost like the half-baked where he went to go get the marijuana and he was shaking. That was me. So anyways, fell in love with cannabis, watching videos, reading, just everything was cannabis. My wife looked at me. She's like, I don't even know who you are, because all she knew was me working all the time. So got an opportunity to do one little event out there in Pomona, California, and we did it with a couple of friends and family. I don't even know how Abracadabs came to mind, but it did come to mind. And so we did an event, and the event went extremely well. Everybody loved it, but me being who I am, I wanted to do more, and I wanted another challenge. So from 200 people to an entire 3-day weekend, fast forward, there's been a lot of fun in between, but literally now I'm working out of Adelanto's baseball stadium, and I work with the mayor, city council, and a lot of other city councils, all through cannabis and all through doing events that people love. And so that's why I'm here. So how I'm here is by, one of the phrases they say, you gotta be great, so you gotta study great. And so at the end of the day, you gotta find out what people love. Because in reality, it's all about them, not you. They're coming to the Abracadabs Festival, they're buying the products because they wanna try it and they wanna keep trying it. So at the end of the day, make sure you got a product that really people love. So like one of the things that a lot of people do is they want to be in the space, but yet they haven't tried if people even like it. So before you get into the space, before you have a product, make sure people want it. Make sure people like it. Because one of the great things about starting from a 200-person event to a 3-day weekend was there was a lot of fine-tuning in there, a lot of listening to what the customers want, a lot of listening to the vendors want. So you have to listen. And so the great thing about starting small like we did was that you get to listen a lot and you get to fine tune it. And then eventually you'll be a 3-day weekend or that company that you aspire to be, but you got there by fine tuning it. Nothing is overnight. You're not gonna get there overnight. We didn't do it overnight. We're not where we wanna be, but it takes baby steps to get there. But first of all, it comes down to people wanting your product. Do people even want your product? I work with a lot of companies that are, unfortunately, a lot of people are hurting in sales, a lot of big companies, a lot of companies that were once succeeding at one time that are now struggling. So that's where I come in. People only come to me if they need help. They're trying to reach new customers. I'm that guy. It's a little bit harder now because there's so many people in the space. At one time in 2013, there wasn't a lot of people in the space. So right now it's a little bit more competitive. But the great thing about it is if you have a product that you completely believe in and you know this product is gonna help somebody, that's where you come in. The great thing about the cannabis space is that people are evolving cannabis. It's growing, there's a lot more smarter people coming in, there's a lot more better people that have a better product that can help people, but with that said, it's a lot noisier. So right now, it's a little bit harder than it was before, but at the same time, while you're here, I admire you guys for being here because it shows how much more passion you have than another person. You could have stood home, you could have not, I could have not been here, but that's what it takes to be in this space now. It takes a lot of strength, it takes a lot of effort, a lot of passion to be in this space right now. So you can see in the back, We've been doing this a long time, but at the end of the day, we're only here because we're here to help brands. Just like I'm here to help you. Nothing's changed from 2013 to today. We're here to help people. And honestly, some of the advice I can give to you too is continue to help people and be genuine. Because right now, a lot of businesses are also struggling because a lot of people are saying they could do things that they can't. So at the end of the day, if you're going to be here in this space, if you're going to be continuing to do business, build relationships one person at a time, one client at a time, one dispensary at a time, one product at a time, because that's how you're going to grow your business, is by being consistent, by having a great product, and people referring you. You're not going to grow your business if nobody's referring you. Luckily, today, we have social media. So if you see the videos, what we're doing is we're sharing people what we do. But that content alone doesn't do anything. People have to share this content. And when people are sharing it, they're referring you. So we grew through word of mouth. We didn't grow through advertising. We didn't grow through magazines. So in today's world, a lot of people tell me, well, you need to do this, you need to do that. We don't need to do none of that because we have a referral system that is huge. And that's how we work, and that's how we take pride in everything we do, because literally one patient at a time, one client at a time. So the one advice I could tell you is take that into mind, and when you get there, don't ruin the brand you worked so hard to build. Because a lot of companies that were once doing good are now struggling because they started cutting corners. So if you have a formula for success, continue doing that. Don't get caught up by profits and the bottom line, because you're going to end up ruining your brand that you build, especially in today's market. Brands are coming in more and more every day. Brands are getting more funding. So at the end of the day, that doesn't matter as long as you have a product that people want and people are consistently knowing this is what the product is going to be every single time. Because word of mouth is the biggest marketing tool you could ever do. I use the example on when I go to Vegas, I ask friends, what's the best restaurant to go to? And they tell me. It's the same thing. When somebody needs a website, whether somebody needs edibles, whether somebody needs a vape cartridge, which one do you recommend? Because people have tried everything. And so you as a business owner in today's world, you also are going to try a lot of different things. And you're going to continue to use those things if you get the results you want. So at the end of the day, it's not about you, it's about them. If people like it, if it helps them out, they're going to continue to use it, use you, and they don't have to look for anybody else. So that's how you get into the cannabis space, by treating people how you want to be treated, and that's pretty much it. There's a lot of things I could tell you, but at the end of the day, it also comes down to you loving completely what you do, because being in this space is a lot harder than it was back in 2013, 2014. It's a lot more competitive. States are legalizing it. But at the end of the day, when you get to do what you do, which I hope that you love what you do, and you love the product or the service that you're giving people, because all of that doesn't mean anything when people tell you how much you help them, how much this product has changed their life, how much this service has given their business more money, or whatever you have it. So at the end of the day, that's what matters, and that's what I feel good about being in here, because I came in here applying what I knew, and I wanted more, and I still want more, but I love what I do, and I wouldn't change it for the world, and so I hope that you guys do the same thing. So thank you guys. I appreciate it. If you have any questions and you want to talk to me, please do. Thanks.